Hello everyone. In this demo, we are going to learn how to create a govern table, and once the govern table is being get created, we are going to learn how you can enable fine-grained access against the govern table. The example which we are taking here is it is a marketing agency which has data from both US and Canada. However, they wanted to have a fine-grained enabled where the analysts from the US only able to see the data from the US, and the analysts from the Canada only able to see the data from the Canada. In addition, the analysts from the Canada only able to see the few columns, not all the columns from the data, right? So let's get started. So first task will be, let me quickly go ahead and create the database. I will be calling it marketing govern, right? Because this is a marketing data. So just to make, and once that is being done, I will be going ahead and view tables, right? So I don't see any tables, so let me go ahead and create table here. So I will be calling the table called govern customer govern table because it has a customer data, right? And it is against the marketing govern, right? And once that is going, so in order for you to enable the table as a govern table, you have to check this option. So I will be checking this option, and I will be going and selecting the S3 location where my file is reside. So this is where I have the customer data. So I have selected this S3 location, and my file is in CSV format. So I have selected CSV, and then it's a comma delimited is a comma. You have two options to create the schema. Either you can go adding one by one columns, or you can use the JSON format, right? So I will be uploading by using the JSON format, and then this is being done. So now I have created the govern table. So there is always customer ask, like, what's the difference between glue data catalog and the govern table? So as glue data catalog is metadata of your data, which is there in S3, right? So when you're running a glue data catalog or creating a table via using the Athena, or you're using the Spark, right? It will be creating your glue data or glue data. So you're able to query the data directly using Athena there. However, govern table, you won't able to query the data directly using Athena unless until you are adding that file into the table, because it's a table which is being managed by the lake formation, right? It's just not a metadata. So as it's stable, you're able to perform ACID transactions against it. You're able to do a compaction, right? Automatic compaction is already been enabled by default, and you're able to do the time travel as well, which is so if I go ahead and just simply do like view table, uh, I won't able to see any data because again it's a govern table, and S3 location. S3 is not being added yet. So in order for me to add S3, so if you see here, I'm not able to see any data. However, I have created the similar data, right? Here I'm running against the govern table. I have a marketing data, and which is not govern table. If I go ahead and see, and both of them is pointing to the same S3 location. So if I see here, right, it's giving me all the data. However, it is pointing the same S3 location. I'm not getting anything. So in order for me to have able to see the data, I have to add the file in the govern table, the S3 location file. So for that, I have to start with creating transactions, right? So in order for you to add the file, you can use CLI, you can use SDK, or you can even use AWS Glue ETL libraries, right? So I will be using the CLI. So the transaction is being started. So let me get the transaction ID because this is being needed for my other CLI commands. So let me get it. Okay. Once that is being done, let me just paste here, and okay, I get the head object information, so I will be saving or keeping this head of object information with me. Now I have this file which I will be looking to use to object file. So what I'm going to do is, like, I will be adding this etag file, etag information which I just got, and then I will be adding the size information of that file. So I will be updating this to here. So this is being done. Once that is being done, I will be okay. I already have this file, so let me remove this one. Okay, so I don't have this file anymore. So let me go here and upload this file. Once the upload is being done, let me quickly go and update the object. So in order for you to update the object, you should be using the object table object. You can get all this information in the uh, lake formation document, right? So let me get the database name and the table name. So database name is marketing govern, and then table name is customer govern table. So I have put this customer govern table, and then I need my transaction ID as well. So let me get this transaction ID from here. Once that is being done, and I already have that right file here already uploaded. So if I go here, yeah. Now let me run this command in here just to add the file. You can able. So once that is file is being added, now let me get the file information by using get table. So paste, okay, and marketing the one that we did. So here table not ready. Maybe I have to run one more time. So see here, now this is being added as a part of govern table. So here let me quickly commit the transactions. Why the committing the transaction is important, so govern table can available for other user to use, right? So let me paste here. I have pasted, commit is in progress. Let it get committed. Yeah, commit is done. Now if I go back and run this query again, I should able to get the data, because we have added yep, see here, right? Now I'm able to see the data. Now next task is I have to create a filter just so I can able to have analysts from the Canada only able to see the data for Canada, analysts from the US only able to see the data for the US. For that, I will be going and creating the data filter. I have already created a few data folders on this database, marketing database, but let me create for the govern table, right? So I will be going and mm, marketing govern, that's the table name, and let me call it govern US, and the table is your table. And what I'm for the US, I'm looking to grant access to all the for all the columns, right? So analysts should able to see all the columns, and this is being done. Let me create one more filter for Canada. So I will be calling it govern Canada, and I will be add here. So just keep in mind this column let me include a couple of columns first. So I'm just giving first name, last name. So customer ID, first name, uh, last name, gender. That's only if this 4 column this user should able to see. No other informations, right? So here I will be saying this is the filter, Canada, etc. So just keep in mind row label access is being available for both users, means for both kind of table, whether it's a govern table or non-govern table or govern table or glue data catalog. So you can enable that as well. It's not specific to govern table. However, the transaction, asset transactions or compaction and time travel is only limited to the govern table. So once that is being done, now I will go ahead and grant access to the user and validate the permission. So this is the table which we have just created, right? And go ahead and view permission first. Like, okay, let me see. I see only a admin user has an access to this table because that's the admin access through which I have created everything. So yeah. Now I will be going and getting this analyst from the US, and for the US from the analyst, I will be saying the database be your marketing govern, and this is the table name, and this is a filter. So I have created use filter and granting access. So this is being done. Now let me go and logged in as a admin US. Now I have logged in as a US analyst. If I go and run this query on Athena and try to see what kind of data I'm able to get for this user. Okay, so if I go and look for the country, I should only getting the US. If you see here, right, it's only showing the US data. Similarly, if I'm going and looking for the Canada analyst, I should able to see all the data for only for the Canada, and that to be user should able to access few should able to a user should able to access the data with a few columns, not all the columns, because remember when we were creating the filter for the Canada, we only granted access to the few columns. So Athena, so we are here in as a Canada analyst. Now we are going into Athena, and here we only able to see few columns. So let me go to the, okay, before that let me quickly grant access because I have not granted access yet. So that's interesting as well. So thank God you guys have seen that as well. So if if I have not granted access, I won't even able to see the database and table. Of course, if I'm not able to see the database, so table also not going visible, right? So let me go ahead and grant access first. So I will be going into the table and selecting the customer govern table and action grant. Here I will be selecting the Canada, and once that is being done, I will be selecting the Canada and filter and then giving access grant. Now let me go back to Canada. So if I go back now, I should able to see the govern here. Yeah, see here, I'm able to see the govern. Now I'm able to see this table as well. And if it's here, I'm only able to see this 4 column, which is being I have used during my grant creating the filter, right? So this is being done. Let me go and see. So if I go ahead and see here, I'm only able to see this 4 column, right? So this proves, right, okay, the filter and how you're able to enable this, how you able to enable fine-grained access or row label or cell label access against your data set or against your govern table. All right. With that, I will be concluding this demo. Thank you for joining.